I'm not an angry person. Like I don't get mad really a lot of the times. I went through my angsty teenage period like I feel like most people do. Punched holes in the wall. What are you gonna do when you got all that testosterone flowing? But generally I'm pretty level-headed. I'm pretty cool. There's one thing in life though that just makes my blood boil. Makes me want to punt a child. I don't condone attacking children in any way, shape, or form unless, hear me out, just let me get through my whole spiel. Algebra. That's the only time. Like, I can't do algebra in, say, a preschool, because then I'm going to run through there like I want to become a collegiate kicker. I've worked with kids a lot in the past. I have been peed on, thrown up on, spit on, called some really bizarre names. Kids are very creative. Nothing ever interacting with a child has made me want to punt them across a football field.
However,
when I have to determine the slope of a line, I have never felt such rage. Why? I'll tell you why. Math in general, but especially algebra and higher level math, makes me feel like an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
I'm not stupid.
I'm not a genius, but I'm also not an idiot. I've done algebra 3 times in my life. Took it in high school, as I feel like most people do. Took it in college, as a core class. Failed it. Go figure. Dropped out of college. I'm back in college to get a degree in physical therapy, and I'm having to retake college algebra to get a passing grade, and hopefully as high a grade as possible, because college algebra is one of the classes that they score to see who can get admitted into the program, because it's a very competitive program. So I'm retaking college algebra for the 3rd freaking time. And in the grand scheme of math, algebra's not that bad, right? Like, there's other things. Calculus, trigonometry. I don't know what any of that stuff is, but apparently it's way harder. Like, I get it, we need it. Some guy 5,000 years ago was sitting in a bathrobe and was like,
hey, I hate myself. And I want other people to hate themselves too. So I'm going to take a bunch of numbers and say that they relate to everything in nature and the universe, and everything works because of math.
I don't know if that's actually what happened, but I feel like that's probably what happened. Some guy hated himself. He wanted other people to hate themselves when they did the thing that he did that made him hate himself. Like, I get it. Math is important. We need it all the time. I have never, ever, ever in my entire life needed to know how to graph anything. To be fair, I've had to do something where you're solving for X, like I have an unknown quantity with some known quantities, and I take the known quantities to find the unknown quantity. I've done that. I get it. That part is useful. I've never, ever been doing anything, and the person's looked at me and been like, I need you to find the slope of the line before you continue. Never happened. I like to be a kind of a handyman. I'm not naturally a handyman, but I would like to be more of a handyman, so I don't have to call handymen to do things. I can feel like a man and fix stuff myself. And I've never been watching a YouTube video on how to repair something, and the guy looks at the video and goes, this is the part where you have to find the slope of your baseboard trim. They never freaking do that. They just tell you to cut the baseboard trim however long you need it. Why do I need to know these things? To learn critical thinking? I've learned that other ways. I've never been like,
oh my gosh, thank goodness I had to find the area of a hypotenuse triangle, semicircle, cone, so that I can figure out how to drive my car.
In short, math makes me want to punch children. It makes me so irrationally angry, and it's frustrating because I don't like being angry. I don't know anyone that does like being angry. For legal reasons, this is all a joke. I don't actually want to kick children, unless I'm doing algebra. But it's like I'm going through it right now. I'm going through it. I just had a big test this weekend, which I failed because the concepts don't make any sense to me. I'm trying to describe what I had to do, and I can't even do it. I don't know what I was doing. I was graphing things, and there was lines, and there was lots of letters and different letters. I don't know what I was doing, and I was taking a test on it. I did all the homework. I read the material. I watched 20 YouTube videos of people who get off doing math, trying to tell me how to do the math.
Relative minimums and relative maximums. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the high and the low point from where? Ooh.
It just didn't make sense. So Archimedes or Aristotle or whoever invented math, I don't know who, but I don't like you. You're not my friend. If I was born at that time period and you came along and you were like,
I have found these magic things that explain everything in nature and the world, and it all works because of numbers,
I would have stabbed you. You dumb magician. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to go back to banging rocks now. So in short, please, if you see me somewhere at a cafe, it looks like I'm doing school, and I look red and agitated, just take your children somewhere else. Again, for legal reasons, this is all a joke, except it's kind of not, but it is all a joke. I won't actually punt a child unless that child is literally a demon spawn and I've been doing algebra, in which case, look out. I'm going to be like that movie where they had the mule come on as the kicker for the football team and he could kick like 100-yard field goals. Except I'm gonna put that mule to shame. It's gonna look like that mule has never kicked anything a day in its life. It's gonna look like his leg is broken. I'm gonna punt that little sucker so far. I hate math.
Bro.
So that's it. This video doesn't really have a point other than I hate algebra, math in general. 2 plus 2, that's cool. 2 minus 7 equals x, or whatever. 2x plus 4 equals y. I get all that. That's fine. You get past that, I start kicking kids. I don't make the rules.